Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and well, Akash Dulani has released a new book. Let me just see if I can show you here. The World of Sudoku, volume number 10 in Akash's incredible series. So as you can see, let me just shift it, there we go. As you can now see, there are 120 handcrafted Sudokus, 10 different variants in use. It includes links to play them online. It is going to be excellent because all Akash's other books are excellent. It's available on Amazon, and on Payhip you can get a PDF version if you're more interested in that. And pardon my random hiccup. The links will be in the description field, so do check that out. Today's puzzle comes from the book. Now, I selected a puzzle that had a slightly higher solving time than the others on it. The solves are by Edouard Lebeau, if I remember correctly, who is absolutely brilliant solver. So they're quite intimidating, frankly. He solves almost every puzzle in the book in well under 10 minutes. The one I've solved took him into the 15th minute, so I don't expect to solve it that quickly. You can all instantly check the video length and you'll work out roughly how quickly I do solve it. And actually it's partly because I've never even, I think, tried to solve this rule set before. So I'm quite excited by the fact that Akash may have come up with a new rule set for this book, or else I'm just not remembering it from his other books. Anyway, we'll have a look at that in a moment. Don't forget, on Patreon, we've got the Glum Hippo CTC Snake Egg Collection Sudoku Hunt. Until the 20th, we've got Simon's solve of the entertaining Bug Bite from Jane Street. And that is well worth a watch as well. It's very entertaining. What else do we have? We've got all sorts of things going on Patreon, of course, all the time. We've got all of our apps on the links in the description field as well, which do feature line Sudoku and killer Sudoku, which has some similarities with the group sum rule, and of course many others, and you're welcome to try them all, give it a go. There's also, of course, our merch and Sven's SUDOKU PAD in the links, but the first link is to play this puzzle in our software. So I've copied it into our software. I hope I haven't made any mistakes. If I do finish it, the puzzle won't immediately tell me that I'm correct. Hopefully I will then save a version that will tell you if you're correct. So do feel free to try it first and then watch the video, or do it in any way you like. It's up to you. I am going to go through the rules now, though. It's time to do that. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That means 1 to 9 goes in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Those are normal Sudoku rules. Numbers inside a circle indicate the sum of the digits in the 4 cells covered by the corresponding circle, which may include repeat digits. So these 4 add up to 15, and there could be repeat digits included to make that sum of those 4 digits make 15. Each purple line contains a set of consecutive digits in any order without repeats. So this is 4 different digits that are in a consecutive sequence, but they can appear on the line in any order. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 could be in those cells, or maybe 6, 7, 8, and 9. Give it a try on that link under the video. I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. And we've got a very nice S shape. It's kind of like a Superman shape. Akash doesn't tend to name his puzzles, and that's because they go by the names of sort of group sum Renban hybrid numbers 1 to 10, which is quite understandable. It would be quite a creative strain to try and name them all. Anyway, I'm just waffling rather than solving. What can we do? We can look at the 11 number here. And this is better than this 11 because this has to be 4 different digits. So they have to be 1, 2, 3, and 5. Here we can have repeats because we've got numbers in different rows, columns, and cages. Not here. And in fact, here we've got, what is the maximum of these 2 cells? It is 8, 3 plus 5 now. And that is also the minimum, because the maximum for these 2 is 9, 8. So that has to be 3, 5. This has to be 1, 2. We get a 4, 6, 7 set here. And to make up the Renban, we need to join 4, 6, and 7 with a 5. So we've got a little start down there. I was going to do something crazy like add 26 and 13 and think that total was 39 and this total was 6. That's not true, because there's an overlap obviously between those. Now I can't even say that there has to be a 9 in this area, because 26 can be made up of 8, 7, 6, 5. I don't know. This doesn't. There has to be a 1 on the 13 set. I mean, that's not a thrilling conclusion. It is either 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 4, 6, or 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but maybe we can use the overlap. So if we made that the maximum 9, 8, this pair has to add to 9, absolute minimum. Therefore, the maximum for these two cells is 4. So that's either a 1, 2 or a 1, 3, and the 1 is definitely there somewhere. Then we know that there's a 1 in one of these cells in the central column. Now, if that's 1, 3, then this adds up to 9 and this adds up to 17 and would be 9, 8. If that's 1, 2, this adds up to 10 and this adds up to 16 and is 9, 7. So there's definitely a 9 in play here, along with an 8 or 7. So now we do know that 9 is in this 26 sum. Now I'm wondering if I should be able to do this. We now know that 1 and 9 are used up in these two dominoes of box 2. Therefore we're selecting from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for this Renban. And now we know it must have a 5 in. The lowest possible is 2, 3, 4, 5. The highest possible set, actually, it can't even be that, because we can't use 2 and 3, because one of them must go here. Ah, yeah. So 3 is the lowest number that can appear on here. And by the same token, using these, we can't put 8 and 7 on the line. So 7 is the highest number. So we're actually selecting from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we must have 4, 5, and 6 on the line, therefore. More than that, 5's not in one of those two cells, it's in one of these two because of this 5. 3's also not in one of those two cells. That doesn't mean 3 has to be in those two, because it doesn't have to be on the line, which could be 4, 5, 6, 7. But now we've got a 4, 6, 7 triple in the column. And these are from 1, 2, 8, 9. That can't be 1 or 9. Because it just can't. No, sorry, that's not what I mean. I never talk like that. Never? Well, hardly ever. This can't be 1 or 9 because we've got 9 marked in one of those two cells, 1 marked in one of those. If this was 8, it would bust this 13. So that's a 2. And now we know there's no 2 in that pair. These add up to 6. That's a 7 to make the sum work. There's no 7 there. This is a 9, 8 pair. And these neither have a 7 nor a 3 in. So they are a 4, 5, 6 triple. That's not a 7 by Sudoku. What else have we got going on by Sudoku? We can take out 2 from there. Got a 1, 8, 9. Yeah, that's interesting. We can't put a 9, 8 pair either there, because it would break this 19, or there, because it would break the 18. Therefore, the 1 can't be there or there, it must be in the middle. That's quite cute. Now, these, I don't know, they don't feel very doable. Oh, we've got 15, a 15 here with an 8 or 9 already appearing on it. And this can't be 1 or 2. This digit is at least 3, and we're adding up to at least 11 in those two cells. The most these can add up to is 4. And that means they're selected from 1, 2, and 3. And now we've got a 1, 3 pair in row thingy, what's it, row 3. And whether that is a 1, oh no, I thought this was a Renban. It's not. There is clearly a 3 on this Renban, even if that's a 1. And these are selected from 1, 2, 4, or 5. This one can't be a 4 or a 5. Oh, no, there could be a 3. Bother. There's a 4, 5, 6 triple looking at that, so it can't be 4 or 5. So those are both from 1, 2, 3, and this can't be 5 anymore. I don't think I'm doing this in the intended order now. Now, this was going to have to be very low to even allow anything here. So this is, I think, 3 or 4 now. And this 18 sum, we're looking at a minimum of 12 for those digits and a maximum of 14. So this is between 4 and 6. It's almost forming a triple in the column, but not quite. Ah, we've got this 14. That's a very low. Oh, this is where I should have started, not with the 15. Right. 8 there, and a minimum 2 here is 10. Oh, again, these are from 1, 2, 3 and include a 1, just as these did, and I didn't mark that. And this one only has 1 degree of freedom again, but it does have 2 as a possibility, but it can't go up as high as 4, or these won't work. So that is a 2. You can do that maths yourself. Now, we make up this by, well, this can't be an 8, or that would be an 8 to make the sum work. So that's now a 9. This is a 7. We can probably finish off all these sums in the central box. Oh, maybe not. 9 there, these add up to 9. No, I just get to take 4 out of there. I still don't have my triple that I was hoping for. This one can't be a 3 because we've got this 1, 3 pair which I've been using extensively. 7, 2, 8, 9. That can't be a 7, so we've placed 7 in the bottom box. 1, 3, 7, 2, 8, 9. This is part of a 4, 5, 6 triple in this column instead. Now we've got 7, 1, 2, 8, 9. Well, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, which I think I've known a long time. Now, this digit sees the 1, 2, 3 triple, so that is at least 4, and so is that. And that means those two together add up to at least 8. And that means these two together add up to at most 3. So that is not a 3, that's a 1. This is 1 or 2. There's only 1 degree of freedom on these two, so they're both from 4, 5. I rather favour the version where they're both 4, but that is not known yet. There's now a 6 in one of these two cells, so that's not a 6. We've got a 1, 2, 3 triple here. One of those is a 1. I'm glad I pencil marked that, even across a box. That makes that a 2. That makes this not a 2. That makes this pair not only add up to 4, but that 1 has proved which way round they go. And now these two add up to 11, and they are 8 and 3. And there we go. I think we're cracking into this now. Lots of numbers are coming. Those can't be 3s in the box. One of them is definitely a 2. Okay, what about that? I don't know. This is quite low as well. Now, I can finish off this sum, obviously, if I just spot it. That's a 6, and that's not. Bit surprised these haven't... Oh, they have unwound themselves. Now that's a 2. These are both 4s, so I was right about that. This is a 5. That's 4, 6, 5 at the top. Must be able to do these at the bottom. 6, 4. Now, this 18 sum, which I haven't really approached, it's still not very approachable, actually, now. 5 and 1 would leave 12 there. 5 and 2 would leave 11. And there's quite a lot of possibilities around those, so don't know what to do with that. Let's do some pencil marking in this row. Oh, those can't have a 2 on. So it's this 14 that is the next step. That's a 1, 3 pair. Those add up to 6. That's an 8. There we go, 8 and 9. Right. Now, I was pencil marking these rows, only I've run out of steam. What about these Ren bands that can't use 6 or 7 or 1? This one can't use 2, but it could still be 8, 9, or a pair with 4 on. Okay, I don't know what to do next. So, we've got this 4 on this Ren band. Now, it either goes It must either have a 3 or a 5 on. If it had a 3, it's in the corner. If it has a 5, it's there. Okay, I'm pencil marking this row. 5, 6, 7 and 9. Now, 9 can't be on either of these Renbans because 8 can't be on either of them. So they are selected specifically from 5, 6, 7 and both have a 6 on. Is that any use? Doesn't feel like it's going to be. Not really. Okay, by Sudoku, this sees 1, 2, 3, 4 in the column, 6, 7 in the row. That is 5, 8 or 9. There must be a 2 in one of these cells. If it's here, it's with a 3. No, I'm a bit at a loss, actually, as to where I'm meant to go next. Have I forgotten a sum somewhere? There's every chance of a group sum being just relegated to the back of my brain. This one, what did we say? It adds up to 12 or 11, this yellow pair. Don't know. Okay, what about this? By Sudoku, this is 1, 2, 5, 6 or 8. Now, by the Renban rules, it can't be 1 or 8, I reckon. If it's a 2, that's a 3. If it's a 5, that can't be a 6. There has to be a 3 on this line because this digit can't be 6 or 5, so must be lower than 4. So that's 3 or 2. Now, this can't be a 3 by Sudoku, so the 3 on the line must be the 3 in the corner. Yeah, that is right. That's clever, actually. That's a very neat setting. So that's a 3. This is now 2 or 5. I don't think I get to decide which at this point. But we get that 3 in the corner, which does not a lot for me in terms of moving the puzzle forward. Oh, look, I've got a 3 looking at that cell. It's just Sudoku sometimes, quite often when you're watching me. Right, those add up to 7. These now add up to 11. They're not a 2-9 pair or a 3-8 pair because of where 2s and 3s are. So they're either 4-7 or 5-6. That doesn't do much narrowing down on this, although it does take 1 off this Renban as a possibility, and actually that does place 1 in the box, to my astonishment. Then we have a 1 in one of these 2 cells, so this can't be a 1, obviously. That is 2 or 4. If it's a 1, and one of these is definitely a 2, you do get these slightly surprising patterns appearing. One of these is a 1 and it can't go there. So actually 1s are getting a lot easier to place than I'd appreciated. We get the 1 in column 8. That forces this corner to be a 2. That makes that a 4. It places 1 there. I think that's all the 1s in the grid. How are we doing on 2s? I am going to consider those, actually. 2 is somewhere there in this box. Oh, 2's in one of those 2 cells in box 4. But I don't... Oh, we've got a 1 on that Renban. Right, so we need to place 3 and 2 on it. That's huge. That 2 sorts out a 2 there by Sudoku and a 2 in one of these cells. I thought maybe this couldn't be a 2 on the Renban, but actually I don't see why it couldn't go 3, 2, 4 now. So I don't get to draw that conclusion. Here is a conclusion I do get to draw because I know there's a 6 there. This is now 4, 7 or 8. If it was 4, this would have to be 5. If it was 7, we can't put a 6 on this line. This would have to be 8, and that won't work. If it was 8, this is 7 or 9. So at least I know it's odd. Is that worth anything? No. This is better. This sees 1, 2, 3, 5, 9 in the row, 4 in the column, but also a 6 there, definitely. So this is 7 or 8. That has fewer counterparts here because we can't use 8. We've got 6 or 7 in this cell. And we can't have 6 because that appeared there. This could have seen 6, hang on, what about 9? I forgot 9. This was 6, 7, 8 or 9 originally from that. It can't be 8. It can't be 6. So it ends up being 7 or 9. Now that's odd, and that actually helps this time because it makes this the only even avatar it can be. That's an 8. That's now a 4. That must be touching 5. That makes this a 6-7 pair. This is a very neatly constructed puzzle. That's 8 or 9. Now on the Renban in a row with 6-7, that has to be an 8-9 pair. So that's 5. These are 6 and 7 in some order. These are now 5 and 9, and we know the order. 5, 9, 6 there. This can't be 6 or 9. That can't be 6 anymore. That now must be 5 with 9 there. And it's all coming together now. Lovely, lovely construction. I mean, I hope you noted all the rotational symmetry at the beginning, which was very pretty in its own right, and has led nonetheless to a really elegantly constructed solve. And this is the sort of puzzle that I like a lot. So we end up with 2 and 3 to place in this column. That's very straightforward. That's a 2. 4 on the Renban works. This is now 6 or 7, as is that. Now the yellows had to add up to something. That's why I made them yellow. They had to add up to 11. Oh, well, this is very easy on the Renban now. That's 4. So now I can use the yellows adding up to 11. Perfect. We got another 3 in the corner. I can tell you that Akash does not deliberately set 3s in the corners because he's not expecting any particular puzzle ever to be featured here and us to sing about it. So that has just come about by pure coincidence, I would say. 8 there, 6 there, 5 there. But we do like a 3 in the corner with the spotlight on it, losing its religion. 7 there completes the puzzle. And there, I did not do it as quickly as Edward, but on the other hand, I was explaining it as I went. So I'm going to give myself a bit of a pass on that one. I hope you had a good go at that, because there's some really nice logic in that puzzle. This is classic Akash Dulani, very good puzzle to advertise his skills as a puzzle constructor. And you can get more of that with his book if you're interested. But thank you very much. You can obviously get more Sudoku by following us further on the channel. Do subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to push our subscriber numbers up. Or like the video, or leave a nice comment, or interact with the channel any way you like. Thank you very much for watching, and we shall be back with more of this sort of stuff tomorrow. Bye for now.